Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BBB Sharing. This is Joshua, and today I have Kathleen Baker with me from Glenmore Yoga. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's a good day. Just let me know a little bit about you and what you do.
Well, I am the owner of Glenmore Yoga and Wellness Center. I've been the owner for 10 years. We have been in business for 25 years, so I did buy the business from the prior owner. We offer yoga, Pilates, massage, yoga training for folks who are interested in becoming a yoga instructor, wellness workshops, sound baths. I like to look at our center as sort of a oasis for folks to come in through our doors, let go of the stress of their day, their work, and check in with themselves. Whatever it may be, it's a special place for me, and we have many folks that walk through our door that just sort of sigh when they walk through the door because they're so happy to be there.
That's really good.
Yes.
I think it's just any place to have that anchor to just kind of like let it all out or just let it go. Some people just, have therapies or just different ways to just kind of handle the stress. What would you say, is it more of, I've heard different sides of whether or not yoga or Pilates is more of like a medicine or is it like a type of meditation? And
It is an alternative way for us to holistically look at where we are in our bodies, body awareness, where are our strengths, our weaknesses, mentally tapping in with stressors and how do we mitigate stress, whether it's physical movement with the yoga and the Pilates, linking the movement to the breath. The breath is a wonderful tool for us to use to reduce stress. Yoga does not look at just the physical movement. It does not just study physical movement. It, like I mentioned, it's that connection to breath. It is that connection to the mind and how do we let go of that monkey mind and the mind going in many directions or perhaps racing, and how do we bring it back and center and quiet the mind to allow ourselves to check in with ourselves, to simplify the thoughts. And by doing so, we carry that forward in life and not have those knee-jerk reactions to life stressors.
I can see that. That's very interesting. I've never done yoga before. You'll be seeing me soon, I guess.
We'd love to have you.
I'm very curious in terms of working there versus going there to relax. Do you yourself do certain practices at your place, or do you have to go somewhere different because you work there?
The space is special to me, and so I do practice there. I have a little bit of a home practice because, life doesn't always afford for me to have it during a particular time, but I do have a regular weekly practice at the center. I always share with folks walking through the doors of that space is very special to me. It's like a second home to me. And so to go there and practice and check in on myself is the place for me to do that.
Okay.
It's a special community of people too. It's not, gyms are great, but we actually have a community of people that will arrive 20 minutes before class because they want to check in with their fellow classmates.
That's sweet.
Share resources, check in on what's going on in life with each other's families. So it's an amazing fellowship experience for folks as well as for me.
It sounds like a community.
It is.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now, when it comes to the practice and what you guys do, I'm trying to think of what are like the most common stressors that you see in like a day-to-day person coming in?
Number one would be anxiety.
Okay.
That's a big one that folks bring. We do an intake form, and we'll ask, what brought you to us? What kind of health considerations do you have? But right there at the top would be anxiety. And what a beautiful thing for us as humans to find a tool that we can use whenever we need it to mitigate stress and anxiety. It's a process. It's not like you're going to walk through the doors, practice a class, and you're like, I've got it. I've mastered it. We always say we're never a master, always a student. So over time, it becomes this life tool that we carry forward with us. It could be sitting or waiting in a line, and sometimes we get anxious. I need to get moving here, and I'm waiting behind this person that's taking forever. Come to your breath. Come to thoughts of gratitude. All parts of what we practice in yoga. And so you start to notice that. We say it's taking your yoga beyond the mat.
Interesting.
Yes.
I would always, because my family, we have a bakery, Alexandria in Fredericksburg, and working with the family, from baking from start to finish, pretty much, I was in a position where, I bake, we do what we can, and then we have staff over there to take care of it so I can leave whenever I'm done. But it was very like, you get in, you don't have any time to really like lay down or like rest or take a breath, and then you get out. And a lot of that would like leak into my personal life because it was also family business. So being somewhere where I'd be able to sit down, I'm like, why am I not doing something?
Very
and that
common.
can take a big toll, and that could leave or lose, your productivity and what you have to do at the end of the day off of work.
So that can be a human nature kind of thing. Like, I'm not being productive. So where do I find something to do? That's good to check in on. And perhaps someone that has a position where they're producing some type of product, bakery, whatever it might be, the way you take your yoga off the mat is to make what you're doing be meditative. So if you're doing something that's not robotic, but something that you do over and over and over again, you can make it a meditation. So there's the old adage, if you're chopping wood, you're chopping wood. You're in that moment. You're making the dough. You're making the dough. You're not having the desire to be over there. You're here. And so there is a way to take where you are, no matter where you are, and, contemplate and be in that moment. It is about being in the moment and not being 5 hours later or yesterday. It's allowing the mind to be in that moment.
Interesting. How would you say people get to that?
It is a matter of bringing themselves to a practice on a regular basis, learning from their instructors. We do offer meditation and mindfulness, and that's probably the most challenging class that we have. And we tell folks meditation is try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. Because if you don't allow yourself to fail, it doesn't allow you to think about where you're going with your mind. When you meditate, it's going inward, noticing the thoughts, but not attaching to those thoughts. Like I was saying, you're making the bread. You're there in that moment, but you're not attaching to, well, I need to get this other thing done. You're noticing it and then letting it pass.
Yeah. Like I know, and I'll worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very interesting how much it's almost like just a trust in yourself being like, you'll do it or you'll know. And then it's just like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the mind will do whatever, but taking the action to do it is a different thing.
Absolutely.
I love it.
We have a term, it's called Svatjaya, it's self-discovery. And that's what we do. We go inward and we're in touch with our thoughts. Are they racing? Can we quiet those thoughts? Can we start noticing the breath and not the to-do list? Self-discovery allows us to really connect with what we need and what's not serving us well and what we can let go of.
Well, if anyone were to want to, get into your practice, how would they be able to reach you? Or any classes?
We've got classes Monday through Saturday. We have our website, glenmoreyoga.com. Our number's 804-741-5267. I'm there during the week and can help with any questions. Love to introduce folks to yoga, Pilates, massage, even connecting with folks that are interested in becoming a yoga instructor, or people who have been practicing and want to deepen their practice and join us for a yoga training program to get closer to their practice.
Okay. And where are you guys located?
We're in the far west end off of Ridgefield Parkway in the Glen Eagle Shopping Center.
What's a good number for people to reach you by?
804-741-5267.
Thank you so much for coming in today, Kathleen. It was nice to see you.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And did you have any last words that you wanted to tell anybody?
Every morning, take a quiet moment and acknowledge one thing that you're grateful for, because there's an abundance of beautiful things that we're surrounded by, and it's the best way to start your day.